Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. There's growing concern among bus and train operators across the UK over funding for local services outside London. Government investment that helped regional transport during the COVID pandemic will end in March. MPs have been hearing today that 2/3 of towns in the northeast and southwest of England have no train station, and across the country rural bus routes are in decline. Our West of England correspondent Dan Johnson has more from Gloucestershire.
Good boy. Right.
They've had a long wait in Woodmancote. There hasn't been a bus since November. The Cheltenham service was one of more than 1,000 rural routes that were cut in the last year.
I can't just jump in the car and drive into town, can I? I've got a bus pass I can't use because I can't get on a bus. They've now reduced the fares to £2 so to encourage everybody to get on a bus. So what do? They stop the services. Where's the sense in that?
Rural doesn't always mean small. 3,000 people live here.
Yeah, we are supposed to be getting out of our cars and using public transport more. That's not an option now. We can't function without public transport.
Subsidies are being cut and more services face the chop from April. Today, bus industry bosses were in front of MPs.
We've seen some reductions in rural bus mileage. There's no doubt about it, the pandemic has sort of given us a really tough time.
The government has set out now a clear path forward for sustainable funding for the bus industry, along with the bus operators. That should take place now, because services will be cancelled very shortly if they don't.
In Cirencester, we found the remains of the rural railway network. There hasn't been a train through here for 60 years. And the committee says 2/3 of towns in the southwest and the northeast of England are without a railway station. There is a campaign to reopen this line, but then where would everyone park?
When you go to London and see how easy it is to catch a tube, catch a bus, it's cheap, it turns up, it drops you where you want to be. You do feel a bit neglected in the rural areas.
Devon's Dartmoor line reopened just over a year ago, and more rail links are due to be restored. The Department for Transport says it's considering how to support bus services too. Dan Johnson, BBC News.